I hope my videos inspire you to make your own story to share out of a tale shared with you. My videos on making and sharing stories are part of YABS TV for Schools by the Young Alberta Book Society, YABS. My name is Tololwa Mollel. I'm a sharer of stories through my published books, plays, and stories I perform to audiences. In my videos, I share preliminary drafts of stories I have written out of tales shared with me. I'll eventually share my stories when ready with audiences. Use the story drafts as shared tales to make your own stories to share with an audience. Get tips on how to make and share stories out of shared tales from my first video, Make a Story to Share Out of a Shared Tale, How and Why. Get more tips on how to share your story with an audience from my last video, Make a Story to Share Out of a Shared Tale, Thoughts on Sharing. In this video is my story draft, or part one of my story draft, story Student Gorilla. As with my other story drafts in the videos, I'll perform the story when ready to audiences. For Student Gorilla, I was inspired by a joke story that was shared with me more than once. Make your own story to share out of this shared tale in this story draft. Now the story. In one zoo, a gorilla became a star attraction. He was smart, he did tricks, he clowned. Swarms of people paid good money to watch him. But the zoo officials were worried. They held a meeting. The zoo boss said, "Our gorilla is getting old. We'll lose money when he dies. We have to do something about that." Someone said, "I know. Let's hire someone to become the gorilla." Everyone loved the idea. After some discussion, the zoo boss closed the meeting. "So, here's what we've decided," he said. "When our gorilla dies, until we can find another one, which won't be an easy thing, we'll hire someone to become a gorilla in his place. We'll do so right away. We'll try and hire right away so we have time to train the person." The zoo announced a job. They said they needed a tall, strong, fit person who was also a good actor. They were careful not to say what the job would be to keep the secret of the fake gorilla from the public. Many people applied for the job. After the job seekers were interviewed, the zoo hired the perfect person, a young male college student. He was told what the job would be, but asked to keep it a secret and to wait. Before long, the gorilla died. Well, no problem. With his gorilla suit, his movements, his gestures, bearing, and gait, the hired student looked and acted just like the old gorilla. He had watched tons and tons of videos of the old gorilla, and he was a great actor too. With the help of the zoo, he had also trained very well for the role. No one suspected he wasn't a real gorilla. People continued to flock to watch him and to pay good money, as they had to see the old real gorilla when he was alive. Now, at the back of the gorilla's cage stood another one. This cage held a lion. The wall separating the two cages had a door in it. This door was always locked. Now, one day, someone carelessly left the door unlocked and slightly open. People were crowded as usual around the gorilla cage. They noticed the open door between the two cages. So did the lion in his cage near the threshold to the gorilla's cage. The lion thought, the door unlocked and open too. He nudged it. The door opened wider. The lion peeked into the gorilla's cage. "Ooh, look who is in here." He eyed the gorilla thinking, "Oh, We're going to see what he's made of. People held their breath. Oh my God, what is the lion going to do? Listen to what happens next. In the video, student gorilla continued.